Well, everyone, I want you all to think today, are you at the cause or the effect of life? Our self-talk is so important, and it's always when we're doing our unconscious behaviours. I'm making this video when I'm sitting in the van, because if I was sitting in an office and I make this video look as professional as we want, I want it to be as realistic as possible. When we're doing the unconscious behaviours like walking to school, walking to work, driving home from work, driving home from this place to that place to the shop, whatever it may be, that's when the overthinking kicks in. That's when the voice in our head kicks in, and whether it's positive or negative, we have to go and deal with that. Thinking about the mistake we made at work, the mistake we made in the match. Is it our fault? But you always have to be rational with it. Did you do everything in your power to stop that from happening? Did you genuinely do your best? Did you prepare as best you possibly can? And all the time when you ask yourself these questions, why do I actually feel this way? What would the 5-year-old me think if it's a money worry, for example, that you're overthinking about? Does 5-year-old Cormac really care about money? No. And then you start being really rational with yourself and you start realising, I'm worrying about things that I shouldn't really be worrying about. And naturally, we find our answers. Always comes back to, we have a decision. We always have a decision. I have other videos on NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, where we really dive into communication at a deeper level. But just for today, I want you to bring a realization to how we speak to ourselves. Do you let other people's communications, behaviors seep into our unconscious mind? 95% of what we do is unconscious. So 95% of what we do, whether it be other people speaking or other people coming into our circle, when we speak, are we letting their reactions and their communication follow into our self-talk? And if our self-talk is negative all the time, then we are holding ourselves back. We're driven with fear. We have emotions crippling us all the time. And we want to live our life in a state of joy, a state of love, confidence, and we want to vibrate at that high level. We can uplift you all the time in our sessions. We can uplift you when you come to meet us in person, and that's great, but you have to vibrate when we're away. We're not going to be there all the time to save you. You have to be learning from us all the time, that you take it away into your personal life, and then you're a brilliant person to be around all the time, even in your own head. There's times where you're going to be lonely, and there's times where you're not going to be lonely, and you have a really good circle around you if you do it right and you refine your circle. If you do these simple steps and literally say, I am strong, when you're weak, and even if you don't really believe it, if you're finding yourself, we all know someone in life who may be sick, whether it be a family member or a neighbour or someone we know, and we always try and uplift them. We try and give them that bit of hope that they may not have. But as a nation, we can be quite negative to ourselves. We can be quite negative to ourselves when things are going all right and things are going a bit well. We start to bring ourselves down all the time. And don't make that decision. We're driven by fear because they don't want you to take a risk. But the truth is, sometimes we have to take a risk in life, whether it be when you're younger or when you're older. The older we get, the more risk we tend to shy away from. And there's times where we have to be realistic, and there's times where we have to really, really, really go for it. And you have to think, am I at the cause or the effect of life all the time? Is life happening for you, or is life happening against you? And people really, really, really have to zone in on that. And when we decide that I'm not going to live my life in fear anymore, we start to change our self-talk all the time in our head. When we start to change our self-talk in times when we are weak, and you keep telling yourself, I am strong, whether it's you're out doing a run, I can do it, I'm a machine, I am a machine. Every time you say I am, it seeps into our unconscious mind, and we keep going. Do not care about what people think. You have to get mentally tough. It's so, so important in life. Hope this helps. It's one of our shorter form videos, and we will have longer ones also. It's really, really important that we really zone in on that self-talk.